everybody, this is Ann Kim from Academy Prêt, and today we have a real special treat. We have joining with us by video Mr. Mark Service, who is one of our expert econ, especially AP econ teachers who has over 25 years of experience. Hi, Mr. Mark.
Hi, how are you? My name is Mark Service. I've been teaching economics probably for almost 25 years now. I taught economics from different perspectives, from the IB perspective, the AP perspective. I've taught IGCSE economics. So economics is sort of my specialty. It's my thing. Both micro and macro. I would say that by the time you get to the last units, Unit 6 of micro and Unit 6 of macro, both require knowledge of almost every part of the course. To develop the chains of reasoning, chains of analysis with sufficient complexity and thoroughness, you have to understand all of the different concepts, diagrams along the way. So you really do have to start from the beginning, and you have to learn the basics and build the foundation from ground up. I would say if there's one sort of tip or trick to go back and review, it's learn the diagrams. Make sure you know how to draw the diagrams accurately, that you can label the diagrams, that you understand how shifts in the diagram are caused and what the impacts of those shifts are. If you understand all of the diagrams thoroughly, then probably the understanding of theory comes from that. For every unit of micro and macro, there are 6 units for both. I have Google Slides presentations and corresponding workbooks that I've made up. This is what one of the workbooks looks like. It's essentially a skeleton textbook with spaces for notes to be filled in. For each topic, there are questions built into it. So here are some questions. When I'm teaching a course from the beginning, these questions are not the homework assignments. These are just additional questions that students can do if they want extra practice, or sometimes we do these questions together in class just to illustrate certain concepts. I have answer keys made up already for all of the questions in the workbook, but you can see that the Google Slides presentations follow along with the workbook. So all of the information, so this is Unit 6 of macroeconomics. All of the information is in the Google Slides presentations. And this is where students take their notes from. So anything they need can be transferred from here onto their workbook. So this is kind of how I teach. And also embedded into this are different videos and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of how I don't use a textbook. I don't give students a textbook because they build their own textbook as we go along in the course. And by the end of the course, they have 6 different workbooks for micro, 6 different workbooks for macro, and that's what they can use to study for the exam when it comes time to write the exam. Diagrams tends to be a big issue. If students don't know their diagrams well, it's so easy to lose marks on the free response section for not labeling your diagrams accurately. So if your axes are not labeled correctly, if the shifts in the curves are not labeled correctly. In macro, I would say that it's, especially macro, it's just missing bits and pieces of the knowledge base. So foundational knowledge lacking, and that affects the student's ability to develop the chains of reasoning. I would recommend doing micro first. So Unit 1 of macroeconomics starts with an overview of micro, and it's taught in a way that's assumed that students already have that background knowledge. So it goes over the important concepts of micro fairly quickly. So, it's definitely possible to do micro and macro simultaneously, but the start should be staggered. So start micro first, and maybe a month and a half, 2 months into micro, then macro can be started, because then you've already learned the important concepts of micro.
Thank you so much for your insights today, Mr. Mark, and we'll see you in class.
Okay, thank you.